everyone, this is Sam Crane the Heart, and I've got a project share as well as a craft with me. So, or make a card with me, many cards with me. So I am actually doing a play on I believe it's the current Sheetload of cards from Crafty Owl, or Call Me Crafty Owl, here on YouTube. And so I'll link to that channel, and I believe I probably will also have sort of a hashtag that you can click on as well. And I say a play on it because it's not an exact sketch how she had it, because I usually like to play around with it depending on what I am planning on working with. So in this case, I'm working with the Not Too Shabby Shop ephemera and the a little bit of the stamp set, as well as the paper. So the paper for the project share is this Snow Critters, which is really, really cute. And I'm also using the matching ephemera. And the stamp set I'm using is the matching stamp set, just for sentiments mainly. So here's the project share. These are all top loading A2 size cards. This one says, "I'm wild about you." And then this one right here is, "No winter is too cold when you have enough love." So these are more, I think, winter oriented really than like Christmas specific. This one says, "Just because." There's another, "I'm wild about you." I did accent it with a little bit of some gems that I had in my stash. This one right here, "Wake me when winter is over." And there's another, "No winter is too cold when you have enough love." Okay, so that was using the Snow Critters. The other, in the subscription box, the other sort of theme and card paper ephemera stamp set is the Bond in Winter. I'm using the matching ephemera, and I believe I'm also using this stamp set mostly for the sentiments. And this one is called Dear Friends. So this is what I'm using for the cards. So we're going to make, I think, 6 cards is what we're going to make. And I've got, these are actually side loading versus top loading cards. And so I will link to the video so that you can get all the measurements. But mainly everything is running kind of the same. So this is an A2 size card base. So it's 5.5 by 4 1/4. And then your main paper is, A2 size is 5.5 by 4 1/4. The main paper then is 1/4 inch shorter and 1/4 inch this way shorter as well. So it measures 5 1/4 by 4. And so I'm going to go ahead and attach. I'm actually just using ATG for this. Just kind of economical for me here. And it's a good way of using up your scrap is using sort of a leftover piece if you can get away with it. So I'm accenting it with silver paper, silver cardstock that I actually have in my stash from Michaels. And this measures 2 1/4 by 4. And then this is the opposite side. This sheet right here, this piece measures 2 by 4 inches. So I'm going to go ahead and place this down. And so the way that this works is that you get a border on the sides, but the top and the bottom all match up. So then we're going to put this here. Okay, and then I also did a circle And then from here, you can kind of play around with how you want things to fit on your circle. So whenever I do like layering in this way, a lot of times I'll have the back one be flat. And then the piece that's going to go on top, sorry, it's a little bit of extra ATG, I put on foam. It gives it a little bit of depth, and then it hides a little bit less of the image that you have in the back. So that seems to work. So I'm going to do like that, and I think I'm going to go like this with it. So then we'll put the circle like so. So just giving you an idea about how you can play with the sketch with items that you have already. So punches or dies that you already have, as well as whatever stamp dies and things like that that you want to work with. So for this one, we've got this one right here. And so the paper is, I think, a much more masculine paper. And I think what helps it also is if you have your accent pieces, in this case the silver cardstock and the circle die, kind of all be the same. It helps it, I think, go by faster. It's easier to design it as well. And also then if you wanted to do a card set, you wanted to, package these up and give them to somebody, then they're all sort of uniform. Okay, so I've got this, this, and this. So this can go here, and then this can go like so. I think it's going to kind of go like that, I think is what's going to happen here. So I'm not going to put too much ATG on the side there. That way you can kind of hang off. And so what I did with the sentiment is I took the 3 words that were in the stamp set, peace, love, joy, and I just stamped them in a line. And then I went ahead and I put, there's a little tiny heart in the stamp set, and then I just stamped that heart in between. And I gotta tell you, I really like how that came out. So that one's really, so this is all on foam. And the foam I'm using is from Ultra New. And it's a flatter foam. So there's the second card. So we have 2. And then we're going to move on to this one right here. So the paper's really, pretty paper. Okay, so I'm going to do a lace side, and then I've got this. So the silver really just went really well with this paper. And so, I mean, yes, I had this all cut in advance, so it makes it go by pretty quickly. Okay, so then for this one, so same thing. I do like the back piece when I'm doing layering. A lot of times I do like it to be flat. I don't put foam on it. And then this one's just gonna go right here. And this ephemera all came in that ephemera pack. So you get a lot of ephemera. And then I just try to find ways to, use it up. So here we go. And I did the peace, love, joy again. here's the next card. And these are all more sort of winter oriented, so not holiday. So these can be used for any occasion. Okay, make sure that. And this way also, with this project I'm showing you, you get to see all the patterns of the paper. Showing you all the patterns. And go. Okay, and I think this is what this one's going to look like. The "Oh dear" sentiment comes in the ephemera pack. And I went ahead and put this on foam as well. We are more than halfway done with our cards, and you get to see most of the ephemera with this project, and I think you get to see all the paper. So we're almost done. We've got 2 more left. Yeah, let's go ahead and put this here. And so I am enjoying that. All right. Okay. And so for this one, I've got the deer kind of like going to go like this, I'm thinking. So put our beautiful deer down. And then this one has kind of a sentiment already, so I'm actually not going to add a sentiment. So that's how this one's going to be. And let's do our last one. And then we'll just do a really quick recap of what I made. So this one is just using up some scrap because I didn't want to cut into some paper. So it's a narrower strip. I think it's 1 inch by 1 1/4. So it is definitely a much more narrow strip than what I've been using. Because I don't, like I said, I just want to use some scrap and I didn't want to cut into a whole new piece of paper just for this. So it is a little narrower, but I think it still looks good. You just get to see more of that paper. Okay, so for this one has these little cups that have like little sentiments on them. Oh dear, not something, barely awake. So actually I want this to be a little bit, let's see if I can, I think I want to be a little bit higher like that. And I think I'll do it like this. Okay, so we are done. And this is using the sketch from Sheetload of cards. And it's very similar. It's a little bit different, but very similar. What I would suggest doing is with one sheet of paper, you could do your mat, which is the 4 1/4, 4 by 5 1/4. And then you're left with the 2-inch strip, and then that 2-inch strip you flip over, and that becomes your strip for this piece right here. And so it's really low scrap. So here we go. It's card number 1. Here's card number 2. And if you can't see, it says, "Oh dear, dear me." Here's card number 3. And card number 4, which I think might be my favorite one. And card number 5. And card number 6. Hello, dear friend. So thank you so much for watching. This is Cindy, Praying with the Heart.